welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Sierra, the HBIC, and your go-to for all things child-free lifestyle, fashion finds, navigating New York City, mental health, chats, and of course, occasional cameos from my dog Star. Basically, if you're into living your best life without kids, feeling fabulous, keeping it real, and maybe catching some pup cuddles, you're in the right place. So grab a cookie, get comfortable, and let's chat. Hey, I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you could please hit the subscribe button, you'll be my hero. Thank you. Back to the show. I'm team child-free by choice, and I have been for basically as long as I can remember. I've just always kind of known that I never wanted to have kids. And for the longest time, people who chose not to have kids, it wasn't really talked about. I do remember growing up with someone who knew she didn't want to have kids, and the first thing she wanted to do upon graduating was get her tubes tied. At the time, I thought that was a bit much. What if she changed her mind? I was that person, in my head at least. But now I'm like, wow, how cool is it that Allison was so confident in herself and her future that she knew she didn't want to have kids and knew what she was going to do to get there. It was a bit like my personal Topanga growing up. Incredibly progressive and self-assured. I hope Allison's doing well. Anywho, I was in the I don't think I want kids camp. I didn't have the full confidence and sense of self to say, not for me. I'm 12 and a half years older than my little sister, who, FYI, is my favorite person in the entire world. So everyone is basically competing for second place. And being so much older, I got to see what it's really like to be a parent and understand. And a single parent at that. My parents separated and divorced prior to her arrival on Earth, and I saw what each of them went through to be parents to 2 kids and on 1 income. I also had the pleasure of taking part in helping at times. For example, my mom finally went to go get her hair done, and I babysat my sister who's suffering from colic. I called my mom at the salon, this was before cell phones, on the verge of tears, because she wouldn't stop crying, and I needed my mom to get home ASAP. I was at my wit's end. That's one of my mom's favorite stories, by the way. I don't remember it at all, but it left an impression in my body and my chemical makeup. And I also remember my parents taking on like second jobs and working overtime, all so they could provide for us. Mom and Dad, I love you. Thank you. Another part of why I don't want children is that I just don't have the patience. I'm not sorry. Your little kids' jokes aren't funny. I'm not going to sit and humor them by pretending to laugh. That right there just shows that I'm not fit. But for the patience required to be a parent is just out of this world. I can barely handle my dog stopping to sniff everything. I'm just also not someone who wants to spend their time outside of work doing things for kids, like going to Girl Scouts, waking up and watching them play soccer, going to the Met and having to do the kid stuff. No thanks. I'd prefer to go to happy hour, go to brunch at 11, and hit the newest exhibit the way that I want. Because I'm selfish to a point. Plus, I like to travel, and I'm not doing that with kids. The older I get, the more bougie I become. It's just life. And when I travel, I want all the perks, which means that costs coin. And in this economy, I don't have the coin to be paying for myself the way I want and some offspring. Also don't have the urge to be a parent. It does not exist. If I literally do not understand how people have that, I feel nothing. If anything, I recoil. And probably the biggest coffin in me being a parent is the entire birthing process. Hard pass. My mom told me her story of birthing me, and she truly almost died. I am not exaggerating. My mom almost died giving birth to me because her blood pressure was so high, and the hospital did miss. Should have been born the day before, you know, but Black woman, 80s, medical care, not like much has improved, and her doctor came in and said, "What are you still doing here?" Which speaks to the Black maternal death rate in the US. The Black maternal death rate in the United States are alarmingly high, with Black women being nearly 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related complications than white women. And this crisis stems from a combination of systemic racism, unequal access to quality healthcare, implicit bias in medical settings, and social determinants of health such as income and education disparities. These factors contribute to delayed diagnoses, inadequate care, and dismissal of Black women's pain and symptoms during pregnancy and childbirth. To address the issue, people can advocate for policy changes that ensure equitable healthcare, support organizations that are focused on Black maternal health, and push for implicit bias training in medical institutions while elevating the voices of Black women and their experiences in the healthcare system. Awareness and action from both healthcare professionals and the public are crucial for resolving this preventable crisis. Now, I know I'm coming across like them kids, and honestly, yeah, to a point. I have friends with kids, obviously, and I offer to do things for my friends who've had kids, like, hey, do you need a couple hours to take a nap? Cool, I can watch your kid. Oh, you would like to be able to take an everything shower? Say no more. I'm on my way. Would you like to grocery shop by yourself? And Sierra to the rescue, and you can get a few hours of alone time. Because I also think it's important to be a friend to the whole person, especially when it comes to women. So often, women are put into a box that's just about a role they fill. Mother, daughter, sister, wife, partner. But women are whole people beyond a role. And many have goals, wants, hopes, and dreams that are beyond the role of. For me, being child-free enables me to be a friend that they can go to for those other parts of their lives, as well as kids. Rachel knows I do love getting photos and videos of her adorable kids. But especially when those parts of their lives collide with being a mom. I will never know what mom guilt feels like, but I will always make space for moms because you are a whole person, and the feelings you have are real and valid. Anywho, this child-free by choice woman is going to go have some wine and read a book in the peace and quiet of my child-free apartment. But are you a parent? Are you child-free by choice? Why? I'd love to hear about this. Leave a comment. Thanks for sticking around, and please be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time.